10 real places that inspired the world's greatest legends. What if I told you that some of the world's most incredible myths and legends weren't just stories, but tied to real places you can actually visit today? From haunted castles that inspired ghostly folklore to mysterious ancient cities that sparked epic tales passed down for centuries, these locations blur the line between fantasy and reality. And make sure you stick around till the very end, because number 1 is a place so legendary, even historians can't agree if it's fact or pure imagination. Number 10, the lost city of Troy, Turkey, where myth meets archaeology. Coming in at number 10 is the legendary city of Troy, the setting for Homer's epic, the Iliad. For centuries, people believed Troy was nothing more than a myth, a tale of gods, warriors, and the infamous Trojan horse. But in the 19th century, archaeologists uncovered ruins in modern-day Turkey that many now believe to be the real Troy. Layers of ancient walls, burned structures, and relics of warfare suggest that a massive city did stand here, one that may have inspired Homer's epic. Yet the debate continues. Did the Trojan War really happen? Or did Homer weave fragments of truth into an unforgettable legend? Whether myth or history, Troy proves that some of the world's greatest stories might have real foundations in the earth beneath our feet. Number 9, Dracula's Castle, Bran Castle, Romania. From Vlad the Impaler to Count Dracula's legend. At number 9, we travel to the misty hills of Romania, where a looming fortress has fueled centuries of fear. Bran Castle, often called Dracula's Castle. While Bram Stoker never set foot here, the chilling descriptions in his novel Dracula bear an eerie resemblance to this fortress perched on the edge of Transylvania. Locals and tourists alike have long connected the castle with the legend of Count Dracula. But there's also a darker truth woven into the story. The historical figure behind the myth, Vlad the Impaler, ruled the region with ruthless cruelty in the 15th century. His brutal methods of punishment struck so much terror that they inspired tales of bloodthirsty monsters. Today, Bran Castle still stands tall, its twisting staircases and shadowy halls attracting thousands of visitors every year, each one hoping to step into the world where myth and history collide. Number 8, Atlantis, the sunken legend. Was Plato warning us? At number 8, we dive deep into one of history's greatest mysteries, Atlantis, the fabled lost city described by the philosopher Plato over 2,000 years ago. He spoke of a mighty civilization, advanced beyond its time, that vanished beneath the sea in a single catastrophic day. For centuries, people have searched the oceans from the Caribbean to the Mediterranean, hoping to uncover Atlantis. And while no definitive proof has ever been found, many historians point to the volcanic island of Santorini, Greece. Around 1600 BC, a massive eruption shattered the island, sending tsunamis across the Aegean Sea and wiping out entire settlements. Could this disaster have inspired Plato's tale? Was Atlantis a memory of a real city swallowed by fire and waves, or simply a moral story about human pride and downfall? The mystery remains, but the legend of Atlantis continues to captivate explorers and dreamers alike. Number 7, El Dorado, the City of Gold. A golden ritual that birthed centuries of obsession. At number 7, we follow the shimmering trail of legend to South America and the fabled El Dorado, the City of Gold. When Spanish explorers first arrived in the 16th century, they heard whispers of a hidden kingdom where streets were paved with gold and a mighty ruler covered himself in shimmering dust before diving into a sacred lake. This tale sparked centuries of obsession. Conquistadors braved jungles, mountains, and rivers in search of the Golden City, but none ever found it. Yet the myth wasn't entirely fantasy. Historians believe the legend stemmed from the Muisca people of Colombia, who performed a ritual at Lake Guatavita, where their chief would be covered in gold dust and offer treasures to the gods. Over time, the story grew, twisting into visions of an entire city made of gold. Though no glittering metropolis was ever uncovered, El Dorado's legend still lingers, reminding us how myths often grow from kernels of truth and human wonder. Number 6, Camelot, King Arthur's court. Was it real stone or pure imagination? At number 6, we enter the legendary halls of Camelot, the court of King Arthur and his noble knights of the Round Table. Immortalized in medieval romances, Camelot was said to be a place of honor, chivalry, and quests for the Holy Grail. But was it real or pure fantasy? Historians have long debated whether King Arthur himself truly existed. Some believe he was inspired by a real warrior who defended Britain against invaders in the 5th or 6th century. Others insist he is a figure born from myth, crafted to embody the ideals of courage and justice. As for Camelot, several locations across England and Wales lay claim to the title. One of the most famous is Tintagel Castle in Cornwall, dramatically perched on cliffs above the sea. Archaeological finds there suggest it was once a powerful stronghold during Arthur's supposed era. While no one has ever found the definitive Camelot, the legend continues to captivate. Whether fact, fiction, or something in between, Camelot represents the timeless dream of a golden age of heroes and keeps the spirit of King Arthur alive in our imagination. Number 5. Mount Olympus, a mountain so high, mortals believed it touched heaven. At number 5, we ascend to the towering heights of Mount Olympus, the legendary home of the Greek gods. In ancient mythology, this majestic peak was believed to be where Zeus ruled the skies, Poseidon commanded the seas, and Hera reigned as queen of the heavens. It wasn't just a mountain, it was the very seat of divine power. Standing at nearly 3,000 meters, Mount Olympus is the tallest mountain in Greece, often shrouded in mist and clouds. To the ancient Greeks, its sheer size and mysterious atmosphere made it the perfect dwelling place for immortals. When thunder echoed from its peaks, people believed it was Zeus himself hurling bolts of lightning across the sky. But Mount Olympus is more than myth. Today, it's a real and breathtaking natural wonder, home to rare plants, wildlife, and stunning landscapes that draw climbers and travelers from around the world. The myths may have been born thousands of years ago, but standing at its base, gazing up at the summit hidden in the clouds, it's easy to understand why the ancients believed this mountain touched the heavens. Mount Olympus remains both a natural marvel and a timeless symbol of mythology come alive. Number 4. Shangri-La, a utopia of eternal youth. At number 4, we journey into the heart of the Himalayas in search of Shangri-La, the mythical paradise of eternal peace and youth. The legend became famous after British author James Hilton's 1933 novel Lost Horizon, which described a hidden utopia where people lived in harmony, untouched by time or war. Since then, Shangri-La has symbolized the ultimate dream of a perfect world. But was Hilton's vision based on something real? Many believe the story drew inspiration from Tibetan and Himalayan traditions that spoke of hidden valleys, secluded places known as Bayul, where the physical and spiritual worlds intertwined. These secret sanctuaries, guarded by mountains and snow, were said to be refuges of enlightenment and long life. Modern explorers have tried to match the myth with real locations, from Tibet to Bhutan and Nepal. Some even point to remote valleys in China's Yunnan province, which now proudly carries the name Shangri-La. Though no one has proven its existence, the idea of Shangri-La endures because it represents humanity's eternal longing for peace, balance, and a life beyond suffering. Whether real or imagined, it remains one of the world's most enchanting legends tied to a mysterious, breathtaking land. Number 3. Loch Ness, a shadow in the water, or the world's greatest hoax. At number 3, we head to the misty highlands of Scotland, where the dark waters of Loch Ness have given rise to one of the world's most enduring legends, the Loch Ness Monster, lovingly known as Nessie. The first recorded sighting dates back to the 6th century, when St. Columba reportedly encountered a water beast in the river leading to the loch. But it wasn't until 1934, when the famous surgeon's photograph surfaced, that Nessie became a global phenomenon. The blurry image of a long neck rising from the waves captivated imaginations everywhere, though decades later it was revealed as a hoax. Still, Nessie's legend refuses to sink. Over the years, countless witnesses have claimed to see strange shapes, humps, or wakes moving through the loch's deep waters. Scientists have conducted sonar scans and DNA studies, yet no definitive proof has ever been found. Beyond the mystery, Nessie has become a cornerstone of local culture, drawing millions of tourists to the Scottish Highlands. Whether a hidden prehistoric creature, a trick of the waves, or pure imagination, the legend of Loch Ness endures, reminding us that sometimes it's the mysteries we can't solve that keep the magic alive. Number 2, the Bermuda Triangle, where ships vanish and answers sink forever. At number 2, we sail into the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle, a stretch of the Atlantic Ocean roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. This area has earned a fearsome reputation for the unexplained disappearance of ships and airplanes over the decades. Legends of the triangle began circulating in the mid-20th century, fueled by stories of vessels vanishing without a trace, compasses spinning wildly, and sudden storms appearing from nowhere. Tales of ghostly apparitions and alien involvement only added to its mystique, making the Bermuda Triangle a symbol of the unknown and dangerous. Yet scientists argue that natural phenomena could explain many of these incidents. Powerful ocean currents, unpredictable weather, and sudden methane gas eruptions from the seafloor could easily sink ships or disrupt instruments. Despite these logical explanations, the stories persist, and the Bermuda Triangle continues to captivate imaginations. Whether it's a real danger zone or simply a legendary hotspot for intrigue, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most famous mysteries. Sailors and travelers alike are drawn to its waters, knowing that the truth may be as deep and unfathomable as the ocean itself. Number 1. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a paradise so perfect no one can prove it existed. Finally, at number 1, we reach one of history's most tantalizing mysteries, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, in Iraq, famed as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Described as a lush, terraced paradise rising high above the desert, these gardens were said to cascade with exotic plants, flowers, and trees, irrigated by an ingenious system of waterworks. Truly a marvel for their time. But here's the twist. No definitive archaeological evidence has ever confirmed their existence. Some historians suggest the gardens may have been purely legendary, inspired by poetic accounts of Babylon's grandeur. Others argue they could have existed elsewhere, possibly in Nineveh, and later attributed to Babylon by ancient writers. Despite the mystery, the Hanging Gardens have captured imaginations for millennia, symbolizing human ambition, creativity, and the dream of building something immortal. They remind us that some legends persist, not because they are proven, but because they speak to our fascination with beauty, ingenuity, and the impossible. Whether real or a product of myth, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon remain the ultimate symbol of a lost world, where history, legend, and imagination intertwine in the sands of time. From the ancient walls of Troy to the towering terraces of Babylon, these incredible places prove that legends aren't just fantasy, they're woven into the very fabric of our real world. Which of these legendary locations would you want to explore first? And do you believe some of them are still hiding secrets, waiting to be uncovered? If this journey through history and myth amazed you, smash that like button, subscribe for more epic adventures, and hit the bell so you never miss another legendary discovery.